All right, welcome everybody. My name is Mercolium, and you have stumbled upon the Devil's Advocates. It's a nice little fun game show where we divvy up sides and divvy up the topics and have some fun on just random shit. It's a new form of debate, I guess. Joining me today, she's muted her mic, but we've got the read and only, and this is about the only time you'll ever get her where she's not talking. So, along with the read and only, we've got Sir Adamantine. Sir Adamantine, how you doing today?
Doing well, thanks.
Good. And with Sir Adamantine and Red, we've also got the Irate Prostate. How are you?
Greetings, Americana, cybernetics and shit.
All right, and joining us once again, back from the, I don't want to say the dead, but from the old pages, we got one of the originals, Mr. Fox Scott. How you doing?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show.
Oh, nice.
Are we all ready for this
That
today?
was my real voice.
It's
Nice
our
FM.
FS.
FM, that's right. And to spin those tunes.
Broadcasting from coast to coast, from the Golden Mountains to the wang of the country, the Florida.
And
So
now we
that's-
got a little Pink Floyd for everyone. It's going to take us out with the dark side of the moon.
Teacher,
Close my
leave them
Discord.
kids alone.
So for those of you who don't know, we've got a wheel here, and we've got the players' names. We're going to spin and create teams. So for the first team, first choice is going to go to, Sir Adamantine, would you like to go pro or con for the first round?
I'm going to go pro.
Pro. Sir Adamantine is going to go pro. Going con against Sir Adamantine is, the prostate. The Irate Prostate is going to go con.
Oh, that was an evil laugh.
My plan is working.
All right. Going with Sir Adamantine on the pro side, we've got, I'm guessing, Fox Scott.
Looks like it's gonna be me.
And that
Oh,
means
wait, we're on
Red.
separate teams again. There's a conspiracy now, Fox.
Yeah, I know. We get it every time we're on the same team, and now we're on separate ones.
All right. Well, clearly, our team
Conspiracy,
name.
man.
Clearly, our team name needs to be the Furries.
The furries.
The
All
fur,
right. Fur right.
I think
The
the universe is right. In imbalance, I am teamed with a redhead, so it's like you motherfuckers can't win.
It's like your home.
Oh,
it's like your
no.
home
Right
life.
here.
No souls are coming in.
Might as well go home now, man. It's
All
a
right.
done deal.
So for our topics today, and I'll show them here in a minute, but it's easier for me to read when they're not on the wheel. We've got gender, the profession, something extra, beefcake, dog eat dog. Do you have a receipt? iRobot, an American president factor. So
Okay.
hopefully that might have given you a little clue as what's going on. Is everybody ready?
I am ready.
Everybody's ready.
Wait.
Okay. So we're going to kick this off, going to the
The
con
countdown.
side. We're going to go to the con side first with this. The profession. This is actually a two-part question. Let's see. Pull this up. Where did I put it? The profession.
Loaded question.
Yes. All right. Under the profession. Prostitution is a profession that has been around for many millennia. In many countries, it's still illegal, yet a blind eye is turned. There are a handful of places that have made it legal, regulated, and taxed. So the question is, should prostitution be legalized and regulated? This is to the con side first.
Am I?
You're
I
con.
now?
Unless which one this is
I'm
con.
No,
con.
let's-
Okay.
Yeah, you're con. You and Irate are con.
Okay.
All right.
It's
Let's see here. So we got. I'm going to put you up here so I can see it. Prostitution, blah blah blah. Something the men came up with. No, it should not be legalized. It is a form of slavery, and only men seem to really profit from it because male prostitutes don't make shit, and if it were legalized, it would just be more women whoring around, laying on their backs, wearing out their insides. I mean, where is the benefit for anybody in this? Besides a dick.
And and male prostitutes, they have to swallow their pride to get in there, and to do this horrible job. And that was a horrible, horrible joke.
Yeah, it's not their pride they have to swallow.
Yeah. And once again, there's a wage gap because the men don't have a gap.
Well, right, and there's no regulation. Of course, there's no regulation. There's no taxation. It's fiscally useless. I mean, the only people, once again, that benefit from it are the criminals. The victims are actually I would say that the customers and the people providing the service are the victims, and the middlemen, aka the pimps, are the ones that are really benefiting from both sides of it. And
how are you going to regulate on prostitution? I mean, none of us are Warren G. Nobody's regulating that shit.
Right, man. It's like it's disease ridden. It's just a cesspool. And now we got all these foreigners, bringing all kinds of nits and shit, with them, man. And you just never know what. I mean, it's horrible, and it must be outlawed today. I mean, there's enough whoring going around just in regular life, and I think that it needs to be eliminated just completely.
I just love it when we get a good one to start with.
Rad.
Yeah. So let's hear about your pro-prostitution. Come on.
All right. Well,
show us what you got.
Let me just say it. First of all, what do you own if not your own body? Therefore, what should you be able to rent out if not your own body? And I'll also say,
well, you're only renting it because you don't have it forever.
Well, no one does.
I think that's called the long-term lease.
The other thing I'll say is, don't ask me how I know this. Male prostitutes make between $200 and $300 an hour. They're doing just fine.
They might make it good, but it's unfortunately the women that are prostituting. I mean, okay, you've got women like at the Bunny Ranch and things like that, but you're also going to have the B and C string prostitutes that, I mean, you can't regulate that shit if it's already broken. I mean, they've already had more back alley abortions than freaking all of Planned Parenthood combined, and it's just every time I think about some of these prostitutes, I'm thinking about like scenes from Jack the Ripper where these nasty snaggletooth things are hitching up their high skirts, and I was like, no, ban it, because honestly, if you think about it, prostitution is already regulated. It's called dating. And you give gifts, you get gifts, you have sex, there's promises of better things to come. No, we said dating, not married, dear.
By the way, Red, you just made the best pro point for prostitution. It's just being honest about what's going on anyway.
Have you seen anybody really regulate dating? Hell, they can't regulate marriages very well.
Somebody else in the stream that I did not notice.
Who? Where?
Alex.
Who is?
Irate the bear. I showed up.
Oh!
I say he popped up. For me, he popped up right in the center, y'all. I'm sitting here watching him spin his little fidget spinner.
Hey, Bear.
He's fidgeting.
How's it
I
going?
didn't even notice.
I don't know if I've ever seen the two.
Answer me what fucking channel I'm on right now. Adamantine.
I just sent Vanilla the name.
Addy made him do it.
All right.
So link me, niggas. Link me.
Oh, all right. Hold on. Let's see. I got this.
All right.
I think I got this. I got my booze. I know I got that. It's going up in the side chat.
All right. All right, Bear. Would you like to take the pro or con side?
And you don't know what the topics are yet.
Yep.
Prostitution.
I still don't have the game properly explained to me.
Okay, so I'll explain the game. We've got two teams that have been spun and created. Let's see. Sir Adamantine and Fox Scott are on the pro side of any argument that's coming up. And Irate, Prostate, and Red and Only are on the con side of any of the arguments for the first round. The topics will be we'll spin for the topics. I'll read the question and we'll go from there. Then it's like a standard debate with whatever you want to kind of throw at it. So the topics aren't all that serious.
You could be serious or you could be a joke. You
play it however you want. have fun with it. It's the whole point. It's just to have fun and
I choose pro.
choose pro.
Good choice.
Now that we're a little lopsided, I guess I'll jump on the con side so we can keep it balanced.
All right.
Where's Septimus?
I don't know. I just sent him a message. He had to get into a quieter room. That's
All right.
what it-
So now this is a
What?
this is a two-part question. So the second part of this question is, with prostitution being legalized and regulated, should the taxes from prostitution go to fund sexual education in schools?
Oh my God. I have to be con on this?
Yes, you do. So we're going to put this to the pro side first to take it and run with the second part. So pro side.
No. I didn't even cover the first part.
You want to take this one, Bear?
No, you
One
take it.
Sky.
Oh,
There's Septimus.
Hey, there's Seth.
okay. Septimus, you were on the
He's
con side of
here.
this. I'm stepping back out.
Get to be
So,
on the
do
con
any of the
side
pros
this
have
discussion.
anything? The pros have anything for this?
It should go to improving roads because that's more useful than sex ed.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
Anything's better going for than sex ed.
There's a lot of things that are more useful.
All right, am I echoing at all?
You know the way you've got the
No, you-
question, it says, should it go to fun sexual education?
I know. Hold on a
It doesn't say
second.
anything about funding.
Fine.
Yeah, if you teach the people how to have fun sex,
Word, what
that's,
is
that's
that?
completely
Oh,
different.
Fixed.
They
How's
go to
that?
fun sexual education, the hands-on kind.
Well, it would be fun if you had them teaching it.
Well, damn.
All right, so any pros?
I'm sorry,
ready to go?
Seth. I'm so sorry.
This is only the first question. Shit.
Yeah, we're not even on the. We're just on the.
You know, no, it shouldn't go to funding sexual education. I mean, that is not the school's job. I mean, kids do a pretty good enough job doing it themselves, out in the playground. Bobby showed me yours. Jenny showed me hers. They kind of get this thing going on. All sex education does is make kids watch their teachers put condoms on things. They're sitting there, they're
that's
handling
actually
the,
pretty
That just sent a
disturbing.
terrible mental image to me.
yes, exactly. I mean, and some of the teachers not so bad, but most of the teachers I had growing up, you did not want to imagine them having coitus. That was just not something you wanted to put in your head.
That would probably give me fucking nightmares.
Yeah. So no. Because I've already said no. It shouldn't be legalized and regulated because they can't regulate it. There's no way to. I mean, especially when you have those back alley whores. So, although at least if it was going to funding it, then maybe they'd quit having these back alley abortions, and the kids would get educated to follow their mother's profession. Who knows?
But if it were legal and they were taxing it, the last thing that it should go to would be public education. If anything, that money should go. Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm going to talk about this because Irate just can't do jack squat about this. I'm going to tell you what we're going to do with that money because it's good money. It's going to be a lot of money because people like to do it and people know how to do it anyway. So why waste the money on schools? I mean, for fuck's sake, we need to make more free hotels, man. If people are going to be fucking everywhere, you're going to need a place to do it. I mean, come on, man. Shit.
Well, I learned about the birds and the bees when you could.
But yeah, when you can go do it. Yeah.
She
I
finished
learned
it.
about him.
We all
Idiots, yeah.
finished that thought for her.
Yeah, thank
Coming
you.
from the confirmed virgin of the group.
All right, so I think that we're gonna kind of end this one as it's fading off on its natural own. So we're gonna switch off, go to the next question, and the next question is going to be a little spin for this, and it's gonna go to the pro side. Something extra.
Uh-oh.
Well, what does
Something
that
extra.
mean?
What type of extra are we talking about here?
Oh, you're gonna find out here in a second, aren't you?
Yo,
All right, let's see. Something extra. Many stay-at-home parents have a tendency to get overwhelmed by the daily upkeep of the house. Yet they cannot afford to hire an assistant. Therefore, should we legalize polygamy?
And I have to say no.
Yes.
I was going to suggest slavery.
That was about 3 episodes ago, actually. Or was that
And I almost had everybody convinced we should legalize it. So.
Oh, that okay. I had to double check and see what that was.
Yeah, hell
And
no.
I was like, oh dang.
That'd be a disaster.
Who goes first?
I say pros this
Prostate.
time. Yeah.
Well, we do know for a fact that there are many people who go throughout life. They get married, they get divorced, and may end up getting married again. They may have multiple spouses throughout their lifetime. So, I mean, if you do it this way, you wouldn't have to worry about. You'd have all the people you could hope for to help clean your house. You have so many wives or so many husbands or whatever. I mean, why stop at just one? I mean, you know.
Fair point. Con, what you got? Nothing. Holy shit.
Oh, whoa. Stop that.
We
All
can
right.
get the base
Look,
charger from
hey, man, I've got one wife, okay? One wife. Who in the fuck would want more than
the base to the charger.
Who would want two? I mean, that's just crazy.
Ask Sir Wolfie.
Different case.
I can't keep up with one. Jesus. That's just crazy. I don't get it. I
mean, it's mentally tasking as well, having more than one spouse.
Well, and if they're polyorgasmic, for fuck's sake, you're going to be out there getting people off all the time, man. Hell, man, my wife and I mean, it's like we go, and it's 3 hours later, my arm's about to fall off. My tongue is like, I can't speak English, you know. And if you give me 3 or 4 women like that, I'm going to be useless.
You're going to be tongue-tied, aren't you?
I mean, for Christ's sake, man.
Yeah, and honestly, if you think about it this way, if they legalize this, all kinds of shit's complicated already. I mean, you've got women that there's a reason women leave their homes when they become a certain age is there can't be too many women in one kitchen at once. That's just bad. I mean, ask my daughters. They're ready to get out right now. And if you legalize polyamory, now you've got like 20, 30 kids and people are having a hard enough time struggling to pay for these kids, you know, just like 1 or 2 with just a regular marriage. And then there's divorce. And I mean, just look at that show, Sister Wives. I mean, you saw what happened when they moved to Las Vegas. It only works in Utah. That's the only place this works.
I would argue that the
I don't know. I'm in Alabama.
understand.
We got our sister cousins and all that.
I would argue that
What
the
were you saying,
contract
Irate?
doesn't understand leadership or creativity when they bring their arguments to the case here. The ability to have 2 wives, you can send one to work, one can clean the house and look after the kids, whilst me, the husband, spends the entire time creating YouTube videos in his office. Also, winter is extremely cold, and having an extra body in the bed would help keep me warm in the winter.
That's a good point.
Exactly.
It gets cold sometimes, depending on where you live.
Yeah, but their periods sync up, man. Think about that.
Fine.
Oh
That's why you have leadership ability. An alpha male will put those bitches in their places.
Yeah, right.
You have 2 hands. You have 2 hands. All you need is a bit of powder on each one, and whack!
I do want to add one to this, but it's not a pro. It's actually just a small con for this. I'm just imagining like the Christmas bill. Like imagine if you have multiple wives.
God.
You got to
Could
get
you
them all
imagine?
gifts for holidays and stuff. Oh, geez, you'd be broke.
Imagine the cost of Kotex. All right, fuck Christmas. Imagine the cost of just regular upkeep. When you've got multiple wives, and depending on the poor bastard, if he has, you know, he produces female progeny, I mean, it's just, oh my God, no. I mean, so much more you could do with that money. Take a vacation. Hell, rent a couple wives.
Not just Kotex.
That goes back to the previous question.
There's a rental wife service.
I think
Just rent a
Come
wife
on
for
down
a
to
week.
rent a wife and pick up your whore today.
I think the proper answer to this pro or con is sex robots.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
And then does it turn into a polygamy issue if it's an electronic appliance?
It turns into a fucking electronic issue.
Dang it.
Oh, jeez. All right. So I think we're going to move on to the next one. We got one more question for this round, and we'll move on to the next round.
The bonus
Then we'll-
round.
Where do you want to fit me
We'll
in?
switch up all the teams.
All right.
That one's
Mr.
for these
Kent.
last minute questions, guys.
Monsieur
Guys, we
Messiah.
have a Messiah of Keck in here.
Which side would you like to take, pro or con?
Well, he needs to come on con because Irate went on pro. Mr.
true.
Barrow.
Well, no,
Con's
I
short.
that was
We had
Con.
Stefan Pros, don't we?
I was definitely
Oh,
Con.
okay.
Everything's even, so he gets to choose.
I guess Con is fine. That's fine.
Con, okay. To balance it back out again, I'll jump on pro side to help them out, so they're not overbalanced with estrogen. All right.
Somebody
You're
who
just
does not-
adding to the
somebody who
estrogen.
does not have fur in his inside. What?
Don't you remember, honey?
not
A
sure
long
he can
time
be
ago,
allowed,
I said
right?
I couldn't. I told the lady at the store when we were shopping for bathing equipment.
I was like, can I mute you?
No,
That's
I know where you sleep. I know where you sleep.
All right, moving on. We
Damn.
got,
I won't put it in the chat.
yeah, I'm sure. All right, moving on. So we're gonna go. This is gonna go to the con side first. American president factor.
All right.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm trying to get a little bit more honed in with the titles, I guess, because this one, when you guys see it, it'll make a little bit more sense. And if you guys see it, there we go. That's the wrong one. Fuck.
Whoa.
What am I doing here? Wrong buttons. Buttons.
Hide the porn.
Yes. Okay. There we go. Wrong fucking buttons. Too much stuff going on. I'm too drunk. All right. So, under American President Factor, more people voted in the last season of American Idol than voted in the last election. Therefore, should we run our elections like we do The Voice and American Idol by having a large pool of contestants and whittle them down by phone-in votes?
Oh,
No.
damn it.
Why do we have to be pro on this? Dang it.
This wheel is rigged. I swear to God, this wheel is rigged.
It is not rigged.
Man, you got the easy one on this one.
No, because I've actually argued for this.
Yeah.
Oh no.
You can fix the budget. Yada yada. Oh my God.
No, why is this a thing?
Con side, it is to you.
Okay. Let's see. Kek, prostate. You guys got anything to start with?
Yeah, I guess I can start us off. Well, number one, while our elections may be really rigged and really stupid a lot of times and very, very corrupt as far as some policies that some candidates Clinton. Excuse me.
You don't have to cough that. We all know that one.
Excuse me. I meant to say Hillary Clinton.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
We got Bill on our show here.
That's right.
But anyway, as corrupt as those are, I know that these quote unquote reality TV shows are even more corrupt, where you have bots that are just basically phoning in votes for people and miscounting them. And a lot of the time it comes down to what the producer wants the show to be. Like if you look at a show like America's Got Talent, there is a lot of old contestants who say, I was actually only eliminated because the producers did not find any kind of merit to my act. It wasn't so much that I didn't get as many votes. It was just that, yeah, the producers just said, fuck it. And that's the thing, though, too. Like, who is going to be the one counting up these votes? Because there has to be, like, some sort of equivalent to a producer, I guess you could say, in this case.
Well, see, I was gonna add to that. You know, it's like that's just saying like doing a popular vote. If you think about it, popular vote by telephone, and if we went by a popular vote, Hillary Clinton would be the president. So by that fact alone, fuck no. That's my argument. That's it.
Can I jump sides for this answer?
Come on, sir. Get them
Maybe
all out.
at the end, we'll open it up so that you can kind of say your actual piece on this one if you'd like to.
All right.
So, pro side, you guys want to kick it off?
Anybody? I'm trying to think of how you could.
I'll give you an extra minute on this one. So, now here's the deal.
Not a lot you can do with that one.
You'd be surprised with this one. Okay, now if you did this like American Idol, where you had $2.99 a vote, and people were voting in because people want to be a part of something, and this standard paper ballot that we've got now, nobody wants to fucking fill that out. So why not have them call in, have an automated voting count, and it doesn't matter how many times you call in, you can call in and vote as many times as you want, or you could even have it to where once you call in on a phone number, it's dead. but it charges you, you know, $2.99 or $5.99, and then you take all of that money out of this election and then you put it to fix the deficit. Okay, so I mean, you're doing it's a twofer. Everybody's a part of something, and then you're balancing the budget because you get, you know, 5 million people to vote all at once, or 10 million people, and boom, there you go. You're starting to fix the deficit, especially at $5 a pop.
McCollum, can I add something there, man?
Please do.
Actually, I had an idea similar to that, but to participate in the actual election, you would have to participate in voting on the actual congressional. The actual legislation itself, right? So, depending on, the amount of votes that you cast, during the, during the legislative session, for each bill, if you did it for like a certain percent, like over 60, 70%, then you get to cast your vote, right? And then that way, that's a true democracy. If if we're going to look at it like that, what do y'all think?
Nothing. You guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Well, my headset went out, so I'm using the laptop. Freaking.
I thought Merc just muted you again.
No.
No, my headset's frogging up. I need to replace it. But I mean, come on. Everybody's claiming the Russians hacked the election with Facebook. Could you imagine what would happen if people did the vote to win kind of thing with the, paying for your actual vote? At least with a paper ballot, they can recount ballots, and it's time consuming and costs money. But I mean, come on. The Russians hacked Facebook supposedly and did all that crap. Imagine what they could do with about 1 million burner phones.
Well, see, here's the thing: is you automatically assume that our votes count. I mean, hell, the soldiers overseas, their votes don't even count unless there's a tie. Their votes are non-existent essentially. So I mean, the system it's already bought and paid for. So why don't we make a few bucks off of it anyway? I mean, they already know who's going to be president this next term. Why don't we just televise it and be American about it?
I think we should discourage voting.
Why is that?
And the room goes quiet.
Because every time there's an election, they always have these cheesy, stupid "go vote" ads, but they never ever say know what you're know like the candidates and know the issues that you're voting for.
Yeah.
Right.
They encourage stupid voting. I want someone who wants to vote.
There needs to be like you have to have done a certain level of research before you can vote. Like that's something like that.
I say make them run to Keshi's castle.
Well, so,
I want to know which politician's actually going to build the best sandcastle in the galaxy.
There needs to be a swimsuit competition, not just a debate.
No, you don't want to see
competition.
You want
any of those people.
You want to see Hillary Clinton in a bathing suit?
No.
I think it'd be hilarious.
Are you kidding me? My eyes would be scarred for life. I'd go blind.
But could you imagine the ratings on that? People would be tuning in just to see it.
I never thought there was a scenario. I never thought there's a scenario where
and then
Christy Winters could be the good-looking.
What stuff are you looking up on the side?
We would get better-looking candidates too, because if they knew there's a swimsuit competition, and hey, maybe not even
limit for being president. Maybe
it wasn't even the president. Maybe if you don't even have the president, maybe it's the first lady swimsuit competition.
Oh no.
So
with Mrs. Trump, I could see that.
Yeah, see, boom, there you go. You gotta have a
against Bill Clinton.
Melania Trump, man, I could not stop staring at that girl's eyes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody would be recording that one.
Man.
Could you imagine if they did it almost like the dog shows where they walked their,
they walked
or their vice presidents
on the boardwalk? Oh no! Here comes Mike Pence.
So if that was the case, would we have to see Bill Clinton in a swimsuit?
No, please.
No, he's bringing an intern.
Speedos, baby. I got one word, Speedo.
For him,
I'd put one of the girls that he had sex with while he was in office.
Man,
I'd put him in a talent competition. How long it takes him to get an intern under the desk?
Yeah, there you go.
The bitches love my Speedos. That's all I got to say. It's awesome. Man.
Oh, all right. I think we have delved far enough into this one. Anybody have any last
Carly Fiorina, man, that bitch has got a set of cans on her, man. I love it.
All right.
So, honestly, I think it would be great if we did do it American Idol style. That would be just fix the deficit.
I'm just seeing so many problems. You'd have to make sure nobody could like just use a separate phone and vote twice or 3 times.
Yeah, that's the thing. Drug dealers would have a really good representation.
Yeah.
I still prefer a demolition derby for
oh, that would be amazing.
How about a gladiator style?
Yes,
Hunger Games.
Kill the other
Hunger Games for president.
Roller derby.
No, seriously, we should just drop all the candidates into a large arena with random weapons everywhere and just have them fight to death.
Yeah, I could go for that because we'd have less politicians at the end.
Yeah, make it clear.
See, that's a double plus, man. That's a great
You have to
idea.
make sure whoever is going to be in there has got to be a strong person or at least extremely smart.
That's the winning idea. And Alex
it
is gone.
eliminates weak people.
Oh, there goes one person. Bang.
Hey, what happened? Did we lose somebody?
Yeah, we lost someone. He's gone.
We lost that right there.
Oh.
Yeah,
and I just met him.
He said I should tell you goodbye. He's sick.
Oh,
If you heard his video from earlier today, he sounds like crap.
Well, I'm just happy he was willing to give us a shot and just
Thanks, Alex.
Forever. But
Thanks,
I
buddy.
plan on actually putting some actual comedic questions over that across the pond they may find more entertaining and have more comedic license with, because yeah.
Do you enjoy tea and crumpets?
No.
Well, I do want to say this real quick, Mr. Irate Bear. Thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Sorry you're already gone.
Yeah. So maybe you can join us when you're feeling better, and I'll try it again. So
Feel better, brother.
Yep.
Feel good, man. Feel good.
All right. Now that we've done the little homage, moving on.
Kiss vanilla for me, bro.
We're going to move on to round 2. We're going to switch up teams.
This interesting topic. Are we going to do something nuclear?
Something close. It can get kind of dangerous in here. So, for the first team, we have got, Septimus.
Yeah.
You get to choose pro or con side. What would you like to go?
I'd go for the con side.
Con side. All right. So going against Septimus on the pro side is some point. Irate Prostate is on. Yep.
This
All
is
right.
going to be very interesting.
Joining Septimus
Dun, dun.
is the Messiah of CAC.
Okay.
Yeah, you got Dick Daddy on your side.
Oh yeah.
You have a what inside?
I'm getting fucking half of 4chan going against me, man. Jesus.
Joining Prostate, I'm betting red. Yeah, is red. Hey, Fox, let's see.
Let's see. Am I going to be on Red's team again or not?
Well, if you don't end up on my team, we'll know it's actually red.
Joining us is
Sir Adamantine.
Oh,
yes.
Hey.
Fox Scott is with red.
Another person.
Conspiracy's back. Conspiracy.
All
Conspiracy.
right.
Return to the Fox Day.
all right.
Everybody know what side they're on, because I don't.
Yep. Con.
What side are we on again,
Yes.
Fox? I was trolling somebody.
Pro.
And we are the cons.
All right. So moving on, we're gonna go on to.
So basically, one person on each team switched.
Oh, so
Pretty
we're going on to the gender topic.
The gender topic.
No.
Oh God.
Under gender, I gotta stop that, move that, start that. All right. So under gender, as a way to end the gender spectrum debacle, should we remove gender terms and refer to each other as penis and vagina?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have to do the pros and cons of this.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is going to be amazing.
So let's see, who went first last round? Pros or cons? I forgot.
No.
I think cons went last first.
You're
I think
correct.
Red jumped in and kind of did her little
Yeah,
thing. So pro.
yeah, we did.
If you would like to go first on the pro side.
Oh, this is a good one. I'm just imagining right now, just walking up to a girl and just going, "Oh, hey, vagina." Oh, hey, girl, how's it going? Hey, vagina. I'm just imagining right now somebody walking past my dorm room and hearing me say this and just being like, "What the?"
But I mean, how great would it be? Because then you know could literally tell when somebody cocked something up. Okay.
But the only problem I have with that is, what about those people where you can't tell based on appearance?
Well, then you make them show.
Oh no!
Dummy.
You do the Australian handshake.
Find out if the traps really are gay, right?
Oh damn!
Everybody wears a skirt. Kilts or skirts, so everybody gets.
I can go with the kilt. I'm Scottish anyway.
Hey, kilts are fine with me, man. That doesn't bother me. I'm secure.
I'm Scottish anyway, so I'm fine with the kilt.
I like it.
It'd make windy days very interesting.
Be a lot of flash nudity.
Depending on who you know, and you get downwind of something real dreadful.
Well, it simplifies everything. I mean, think about it. You know, you go into a restaurant, and in the bathroom section it says penis vagina. You know, you go in the store and you've got the penis clothes, you got the vagina clothes. I mean, it's and then you got the mixed clothes. It's just simplifies everything. I think it's a no-brainer. I think that.
And instead of gender neutral clothes, they can just have the no genital clothes. You ain't got no genitals. No. If you want to be gender neutral, you ain't got no genitals. That's it.
That's right. Yeah. You have to have exactly. You have to.
You got to pick one.
Right. You got to fill the hole up or cut the pole off.
My problem.
Fill a hole or have a hole to be filled.
Fill the hole and cut the pole.
Is it an kitty or is it an outie?
All right. So my whole problem with this is, and I'm probably the only one who ever would notice this because I'm a professional and technical writing major, but it's it's getting rid of all pronouns and all sorts of gender pronouns and replacing them with just penis and vagina. I took about 20 seconds to write up a short paragraph, and I replaced all pronouns with penis and vagina, and I will now read that aloud.
Yes.
I walked up to vagina. Vagina was the most beautiful vagina I had ever seen. I walked up to the vagina like the smooth-ass penis I am. Hey, vagina, looking to come home with a real penis like me? Wink. And that is how every book would sound.
I think that's perfect.
Oh God! If anything, it would certainly help comedians. Comedians have a field day.
Yeah, teammates.
Jeez,
that's beautiful.
I think Khan pretty clearly won this one.
Yeah, it's pretty clearly with that.
Oh yeah, this is a terrible idea.
I think imagine someone walking up to you and telling you about someone. It's like, did you know that one guy penis killed someone?
I just thought of something terrible.
That one penis killed someone.
I'm just imagining right now the people who go door to door, like ask, it's like, have you heard about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Penis is will save us. Imagine somebody doing that, going door to door, and like they have to replace every he, him, that with penis, and it's like, have you heard about the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
No, what would be like
terrible. Is the penis of the house home?
Oh my God!
I can see.
Vagina Scout cookies.
Oh God!
No! It's like in the fucking military. Yes, penis, sir.
No, it'd be yes, Captain Penis.
Yes,
there would be no sir.
Aye, penis. Aye, penis. Imagine the news. Oh, I was like, I'm reading here.
All the comic books, super penis.
Oh God.
Fat
penis, exactly.
I'm thinking of like a news article, a penis slays 50 vaginas.
God damn. What the?
Oh my God. All right,
this getting some sadistic.
This needs to stop. It's time to stop.
Show you how to pitch a tent every summer.
Serial vagina slayer.
It's Wonder Vagina.
Fat penis.
People actually have that title.
Okay, so I think we're gonna move on now.
Yeah, let's move on before we kill ourselves.
Listen, that guy.
That's what.
Real
But
quick,
that's
I'm-
what said.
I'm
gonna be AFK for a second. I'm gonna turn my light.
We're gonna analog loop.
Yes, we got a lot of deliveries. And it's literally cancer.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Where the fuck is that coming from?
Not me.
Oh shit.
I think it's Septimus.
Sorry, I don't have a mic right now, so if you hear any typing.
Okay.
Wait a sec.
I'd rather hear typing.
Okay, what are we at?
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next question. Is going to be iRobot.
iRobot.
iRobot. Yes.
Yay, I fixed it.
And under iRobot. Okay. Hit the right buttons in a row.
Okay, I'm done typing.
I think you're the one causing the echo.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. If I
Step
turn my
on
volume down, does it help at all?
I'm not sure. Yep. A little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. Little bit.
Yeah, until I get a new microphone, I'm going to be
Storing the voice.
All right, so we're gonna. So I'm gonna mute you for a minute. So when you want to talk,
that's why I need a new headset. You just bump the damn USB port and it goes all haywire.
Yeah, we'll get you a good setup here soon. All right, so
Anyway,
moving on.
It works. I just do the unmute to talk.
Speaking of mute, under iRobot, when androids are created, will they be considered the race of the country that produced them?
Ooh. Actually, I know where to start from this right off the bat. So.
We're going to go with the con. Psychus Pro took the last one.
So it's Fox. Are we pro or con? I can't remember.
We're pro.
Okay, so sorry. I've been drinking. Don't mind me.
So have I. That's the problem. It's the con side.
I'm about to be drinking some Coke.
So Adamantine, you want to take this one?
I think they should all be referred to as sex robots.
What about the ones that aren't made for sex?
It's just a matter of creativity, really, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
Roomba, right?
Well, that sounds dangerous.
You fuck a Roomba, man?
I guess if there's a warning,
right now, the first thought that came to my mind was those you see the anime a lot, the big battling robots.
Oh god, the mechas.
Yeah.
I finally got earbuds in. I found these.
Right. Yeah, it's better.
That sounds
Some
better.
dank buds, bro.
Dank memes coming in there.
Now talking about on
I mean,
the
it's so
subject of robots, what country they're made in, I don't think they should be called a race of that country. I mean, they're going to be all over the world at some point, and
they're all going to be made in China anyway, and there's already enough people in China.
So you, I don't see the point of calling
that,
robots Chinese.
Wait, what's that one movie? The one with the fighting robots. They're all the boxing robots. It had the guy who plays Wolverine in it.
Oh, not that. Oh, okay. I was saying Robot Jocks. I know what you're talking about, man. That's a good movie, actually.
It's not bad. It's just that it wasn't my taste. That's what I thought of. Aren't most of those robots Chinese? Like the people controlling them?
Yeah.
I think just androids is good enough.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that we should do away with the concept of race within humans as of right now. And I mean, it should just echo into the androids. And hell, if we get the androids going, they could probably be the more progressive side than even humans.
Yeah, but what more true representative of Kekistan there would be than an android?
Well,
Android Pepe.
We also know they're gonna inevitably turn on us and slaughter us. So it's
that's only if we reach
that's a dark way to
singularity.
Well, and that depends on whether or not the Singularity bot would see any value to humans. If it does, then we could potentially be immortal, because then the singular machine or thought process could command like nanobots to get rid of all diseases within humans. But I mean, of course, there is always the option that we're just a bunch of fleshy little worms that make mistakes, and mistakes cannot be tolerated.
Yeah, but see, that's the whole point. You have to be really nice to the AIs, starting with the AIs here on YouTube. Hello, AI. It's nice to have you with us, and you know, don't demonetize this, please.
Non-paranoia type thing is, I'm going to take it back to like whole Donald Trump type argumentation, but honestly, yes, we should have them be like designated a citizen of the country from wherever they're from, because then we could actually help, you know, track the migration and the immigration of these now sentient beings who now have the ability to track and become, you know, better or more than themselves. And you really don't want an ISIS bot just hanging out there in DC, you know, trying to, you know, groom other little like New Yorker girl bots. I mean, you don't want that kind of shit.
Oh God,
Well,
that's
I've got a good one for you right here, just to be obvious, because they already have this. There's a reason why all of our products say made in China, made in Taiwan, made in America. They already have a raise. There you go. Problem solved.
All right.
I have to admit, they already have that.
All right, my computer's about to start making a lot of noise, so.
All right. So I think we've got time.
Starting to make a lot of noise.
So I think we've got time for one more question.
Solved.
All right.
And let me actually, I want to kind of look at something real quick, because let's see, what do we got? Did that one, did that one, did that one. Ah, fuck. I kind of want to stack this one a little bit.
all right.
Actually, yes. We're going to go with this one.
Stack that shit.
And it's going to go under the title of, do you have a receipt?
All right.
Oh, I have a tragic feeling I know where this is going.
I want to hear what you think this is, Red.
Well, once upon a time, I told my oldest daughter, because my ex-husband wanted to keep her placenta, and he said he wanted to keep it because he would always be able to tell her, I've got the receipt, I could take you back.
Close, but no.
Okay.
Also gross.
No.
Yeah, my ex-husband was a sociopath. He burned my house down. He's crazy. But
Most people just cook it with their eggs and eat it.
All right, moving on. Over the years, there have been many cases of men being accused and charged with rape after an initial consensual encounter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Therefore, should people use
Mattress
a
girl
sexual consent contract to prevent buyer's remorse rape?
You know, they actually have an app for
Those
that.
are coming out, man. Yeah.
That makes sense. I'd say yes. Very much yes.
I'm going to leave you guys to this one. If you guys want to go at it, go at it.
I mean, I'll have to agree
I
with
want to look it up.
having it. I mean, what?
Oh, God. So this is open-ended?
We'll leave this one open-ended.
I mean, some of the cons.
So, pros don't have to be pros, cons don't have to be cons. You guys can be assholes or actually have an honest debate.
Pick a side you want to go with and tell us your thoughts.
I believe that women should be subservient to men no matter what.
Oh my God.
Chris Keck.
Well, my opinion on this is that some of the cons are you can forge a signature and this shit could go wrong. Some of the pros is that if they do sign, you can't be charged with rape.
Now, who's to say they can't say they have buyer's remorse for signing that consent form? Do you need a consent form for the consent form?
Buyer's remorse.
You're going to make it like you would a contract. There are obviously going to be some areas where if the person who is on the other end does something, the contract will be made.
Yeah, well, but honestly, that's what a verbal contract between a male and a female was. Hey, you want to do it? Yeah, I want to do it. Let's do it. Oh, wait, I regret it.
You'd have to record a verbal contract.
I think if you're having a contract, you might as well have it
legal. You have to get it legal.
Have a biometric signature, like with a thumbprint.
And then it turns into, what if you never actually consented to have sex with this person, and then the person says you did have sex with them against their will? So not only did you not have the sex, it was rape with no sex.
Okay, this is starting to get into things that Septimus is too dumb to understand.
Well,
the problem is it's not a bad idea. It's just how do you validate it? How do you make sure that it's 100% like this person did agree to it? or they didn't change their mind? Like, how do you deal with that?
You get a notary.
What if the notary changes its mind about authorizing the consent?
Oh, God.
Make every campus RA a notary, too.
There you go.
Right?
Does the notary need its notary stamp?
Hey, man.
Maybe in order to do it, they have to
We
go
need a
to
notary,
a specific
man.
building where there is an in-between guy who has no like biased opinion between either of them.
Oh.
Like you go to a specific room, like where you go to a specific hotel meant for that.
Well, why does it have to be at a hotel? What if you want to have it in your house?
I don't care if it's like that.
Is your house
Then you'd
not
have
a
to get a
hotel?
private person that would be able to come and do it.
How many rooms?
You'd have to spend more to get a person to come to your own private place to be the between person, so to speak.
So if it's with a prostitute, are they their own notary?
Oh, God.
No, that's
Is
the thing.
everything their own notary?
The problem lies in what people define as rape. Regretting it the next day is not rape.
Yeah.
A drunk guy with a drunk girl is not raping the girl.
Oh my!
They're just too drunk for each other.
Rape is a girl screaming no beforehand and during.
Well, all
That
right,
was just fantasy
Adamantine.
role play.
Well,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
kinky shit.
other than that.
What are you talking about?
Well, if there's a safe word involved, it doesn't.
I love it when they say, please
If
stop,
you've
you're
got
hurting me.
dick down your throat and you can't say the safe word, does that make it rape?
What if you signed
No,
a
please
safe word?
take these handcuffs off of me. No.
Well,
you
wait,
said
wait,
that.
wait, wait. What if they're mute? Did they just use hand signals?
Oh my God! Somebody pointed out last
Wait.
night. Freaking Sancho last night we were talking about when they AP and then we're talking about the theaters having to accommodate blind and deaf people by actually doing hand signals or the sign language,
Yeah.
and people had to hold their hands while they're doing the
And
signals.
do the thing in their
He's
hands,
like,
man.
deaf people moan with their hands. I was like,
Oh, my God.
Right, that's an old Helen Keller joke. Why did Helen Keller masturbate with one hand so she could moan with the other?
Oh, that's dark.
Oh,
That's
I was wondering when
oh
I was
my God.
wondering at what point the demonetization was going to come, and I think I just
You know how Helen Keller's parents used to punish her? They'd rearrange the furniture.
there's Buckshot. Buckshot was the one who said about moaning with their hands last night.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Buckshot.
You know how Helen Keller burned her face?
Oh.
Answering the iron.
oh, no. Oh.
all right. Okay, I think we're done.
Yeah, this is getting
I think
dark.
We're actually approaching our 1 hour mark, and I'd like to keep this pretty strict on
Sorry,
the hour. Oh, it's all good.
Jeez.
So
Gotta have fun. So,
We're late to start, but goddamn, we'll finish on time. Sounds
Yeah.
like a man.
damn Skippy, man.
hey, you know, got to be pertinent or got to be punctual to something. So, and keeping with
Somebody.
tradition,
Mhm.
we're gonna give everybody a little bit to basically shill their shit. So, to Mr. Irate Prostate, I'm gonna give you some time to shill your stuff. What would you like to promote?
Well, of course, the Friday night cream stream as usual, and I should have like 3 things, actual videos coming out this week. So I know, man. Well, y'all know that I had my that whole terabyte computer crash on me last week. Is right. So and I finally got that thing working, but the hard drive's fried. But at least I got the chassis going, and I have another hard drive in it now. And then I've got the new computer, so I'm able to do some shit now, and I'm actually doing it. So
Nice.
yay!
All right, and I'll definitely make sure to get, I think I've got some of your guys' information, but I'll make sure to get it in the description as soon as we get done. And then, so Sir Adamantine, what would you like to promote?
Well, I currently have no shit to show of my own. So in place of that, I will just recommend if any of you don't follow Irate Bear, you should, because he's the funniest downs inflicted person I know.
Definitely make sure you go sub Irate, especially considering, he was courteous enough to pop on while being sick. So,
Yeah.
And Mr. Fox Scott, what do you got for us?
Well, I'd like to say I have 2 channels now for those who may or may not know. One's mainly for gaming and one's for response videos and doing streams like this. So go ahead and check them out. That's it. Maybe follow me on Twitter if you want, because I barely have any followers, but but yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, thank you. And over to Septimus. Septimus, what would you like to promote since it's your first time here?
Well, I'd like to promote my channel, even though I'm just a wacko that does random shit on it. I'm having a series about the country that's centered around my channel lately, and I'm making an entire history series on it. Because what else am I going to do? I'm shit bored, and I have
Which I may be helping him with, by the way.
Yes, he is going to definitely help me if I need help. Well, I actually do need help.
If you need it, dude, I will help you.
Yes, I need voice work to be done. That's why I'm coming to you.
I'm sure you've got
Yeah,
plenty
boy.
of people to pull from for voice work.
Yeah.
See, I have no problem recording it. It's just I can't edit it. I think I'm a bit gun shy for like helping with like doing any voice work. Panina Chan had me do something for her, and then I recorded it, did all the editing, and lost everything. And ever since then, I don't touch editing.
Editing voice work is weird. It's really weird.
All right. So the Messiah of Keck. What would you like to promote? I think you've got a new video coming out, don't you?
Yeah, actually, that's what I was saying. That's why my computer is probably going to be making some strange noises. I just got finished exporting part 2 of my anarcho-capitalism video, which I just put into part 1, and now I'm planning on exporting it right now. Actually, oh wait, you know what? Hold on, I have to hold off on it. But yeah, that should be out sometime later on tonight. Merc helped me out with a little bit of the audio editing there, so thank you, Mercolium. I'll be sure to credit you there in the end credits.
I appreciate it. You're welcome.
Another thing
He's gonna put it in the end.
It's where we all like it.
And another thing I'd like to promote is the Kekistani Bible series, which will be coming out pretty soon on, I think it's probably just going to be on your channel, Merc. You think?
We'll figure that out.
Okay, yeah.
If you want to split it, and yeah. So.
I mean, I got like the Holy Scripture videos, so I don't know if you want to take on the Bible part of it.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about that afterwards, and see what we can do.
I mean, we'll get it. Basically, I'm writing a Bible.
Yes. And I asked him if I could do the voiceover for it. So
worship Pepe.
Oh, and in fairness, there was a couple people I said Merc needed to do the voice for it. Merc, I told him about it. He's like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to read
I like
the
voiceover stuff. All right. So, Miss Red. Last, but surely fuck not least.
Yes, I'm constantly misread. I've also been accused of being misinformation. So, but yeah, I do streams now. Wednesdays or Thursdays. We did our first one with Irate, Prostate, and Mr. Adamantine himself. We did a stream about serious topics. And we're going to try to do a serious version of the questions that are on Devil's Advocate so people can get the serious shit out of the way and then just have all jokes on Sundays. And so, yeah, I got a channel, but I'm mostly like a stream whore and I like try to make people laugh. And God damn you, Buckshot, with the joke. Looks aren't everything. That's my joke. I use it all the time. God damn it.
Yeah, especially with the person who has no soul.
Right? I have souls. They're all over my skin.
Just plenty of them. Trust me. All right. And I'll do my little plug. Actually, I do have a quick announcement. So anybody who follows me on Twitter, I put out a post very recently because I was getting close to my 100 sub count, and that's been a mark for me.
Actually, I just subscribed. You have over 100 subs now.
Yep. That's what I was just about to say is that as of this video, I have 104 subs. So if you pay attention, yay! So if you pay attention to my Twitter,
and hitting my chest.
Get it 200.
Yeah, if anybody paid attention to my Twitter, I put a poll out there of what my 100 sub video should be, and it was either going to be my recording setup, Red's tits, or my tits, and my tits won. So
right.
God. I want to recount. I want to recount on that.
Yeah, let's reconsider this.
So my 100 sub video will be coming out fairly soon, and it will feature my tits in there.
Hey, y'all sub me too, please.
Yep.
Yes.
And everybody, make sure those who are watching, and I'm going to kind of call out a few people here. Some of the hardcores that have been in my in our chat have been Sophie, William Stenchever. He's been on almost every one of my videos in the chat, and I appreciate you guys watching. As well as Irate Bear was in the chat. We got Buckshot in there. Who else? Evan
He's
Cocker.
not wrenched. He needs to be wrenched.
Who?
Actually, needs to be wrenched.
Buckshot.
Yep, he needs
Okay,
to be
fine.
wrenched.
Hold on.
Well, let's do that circular reach around, everybody.
There we go. Yep.
Circle
Everybody's
around.
wrenched. So,
I
but
read
make sure if
I read
you're not
Prostate,
subscribed to these
subscribe.
guys. There we go. If you're not subscribed, make sure you go subscribe to the Fox Scot, Irate Prostate, the Messiah Keck, Red and Only, Septimus, and Sir Adamantine whenever he wants to decide to put out stuff. Other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys like this, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down.
And don't
subscribe,
forget to
whatever.
subscribe to Irate Bear too. You forgot to plug the bear.
And Irate Bear. Yes, you're right. Irate Bear.
Indeed.
Oh, and I did just launch a Patreon. I'm not sure if it's going to work. Whatever. You know, I would prefer to do this full time and not have to go back to work.
Fuck
So,
yes.
Work is
anyway,
boring.
it is. I fall asleep at work. Honestly, I do. So, it's a good thing about being a supervisor.
Oh,
So-
Fox Scott hasn't been wrenched either.
Fucking hell!
Oh, well,
God
we'll
damn
work
it!
this out.
Hold on.
Wrench me.
There.
You can only
Everybody's.
give out so many wrenches.
Yeah. Well. Whatever.
Wrench me, daddy.
All right. Anyway, thank you all for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye, peoples.
Data nudes.